I'm Michelle Cromer. This is your Creating a Meaningful Life tip of the week. One of the reasons why I travel to sacred sites is the people that I meet. My buddies Laurel and Tim and I, back in March of last year, went to Portugal for a Knights Templar tour, and we met the most interesting Englishman, James, and he was the producer of the musical Six, but also one of the head Druids of Stonehenge, and he invited us to go to Stonehenge on the Summer Solstice, where I just returned from. Stonehenge is located in Wiltshire, England, and it's one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world. Architectural evidence indicates that it was constructed sometime between 3000 and 2000 BCE. The exact purpose remains the subject of a debate, but some scholars believe it could have had an astronomical observatory because of the alignments of the stones with the equinoxes and with the solstices. It might have served as a site for religious ceremonies, possibly related to death or burial. And it might have had some sort of healing center. We know in the medieval period it was mentioned by several historical figures who linked it to the legendary wizard Merlin. Today, over 1 million people go there annually. The Druids consider Stonehenge to be significant culturally and spiritually, and a symbol that they gather annually for the solstices is very important to them. The Druids were philosophers and scholars and judges and mystics and educators, and they revered natural elements such as trees, particular oaks, rivers, and stones. They played a significant role in the spiritual life of their communities from around 4th century BC until the Roman conquest of those particular regions. Modern Druidism saw a revival of interest in the 18th and 19th centuries. White is important to the Druids because it's deeply rooted in spiritualism and in purity and spirituality connected to the natural and divine worlds. White is associated with light, illumination, and the mythology of white animals. The Druids remain a fascinating and mysterious part of history, symbolizing a deep connection to nature and a rich spiritual tradition. I went into Stonehenge with a complete empty vessel. I always just like to just show up with no expectations. And we had a midnight ceremony where we walked a couple of miles to a mountain, had a ceremony and walked back. Then we had a ceremony at sunrise, and then we had a ceremony at noon. And during these particular times, we're wearing our white robes, and I have to tell you, when I went in the ceremony at noon, it knocked me to my feet. That's how strong the energy was. I didn't know if I was going to be sucked into another portal or what, but that's why we go to sacred sites. Each of us have a different response, and all I can tell you, it was so meaningful and so healing for me. Y'all ask me questions at michelle@michellekromer.com. Thanks, y'all.